Hello and welcome, my beautiful Scorpio minds. How are you all doing today? I am doing awesome. Thank you so much. And today I'm gonna be talking about what I love and what I don't love about Bali. As you've been, or like when you've been following me, you know that I was in Bali for 2 months in December and January, and I really loved the experience. I'm so grateful for everything that has happened to me there. And I really cannot wait to go back, and I can really recommend for you guys to check it out for yourselves, because what I'm gonna be talking about is only my experience, and your experience is probably gonna be so different, and you're either gonna find it so much better or so much worse. Because the last time I've been there in February, I didn't enjoy it quite that much, and I was like, I don't really need to go back, maybe I should check out some other place. But this time around it was awesome and I really enjoyed it. It was because of like all the different people, all the different events I did. I said yes to more things, so that was really awesome. But yeah, let's get right ahead into the pro sides of Bali. I got my notes right here, so I'm gonna check them. Don't be distracted or anything if I look down, but I just wrote everything down so that I don't forget anything. Alright, the first pro about Bali is definitely the warmth. It's February right now here in Germany. It's not super cold, but it's still like, could be warmer. And I also love to just run around in sundresses, and when you want to go out, just like throw on a dress and you go out. But no, now you have to like wear gloves, you have to like put on your jacket, you have to like put on all these layers, and I don't know, it's just something I'm really annoyed by. And I just prefer it so much more when it's sunny and when it's warm and you just want to be outside. It just gives me so much energy. And then at the same time, I love beaches. So it's perfect, like in Bali you have the warmth, you have the beach, and also like sun and water gives me so much energy, and I draw all of the power and all that from nature spots like that. And I just love to, like in the mornings, go to the beach, go for a walk. Yeah, that's just like so perfect. And I don't have it here, so that's a big pro. So we've got beach, warmth and sun is like one big category, and I really love that. All right, next one is tropical fruits, and then also the plants. So you have like everywhere you go, you see those big leaves, those tropical greens, everything feels so alive and natural and vibey, and I can't really explain it. Like right now, of course, it's winter and everything is dead and the trees just look dead, and I don't know, just looking at it, it makes me feel like, am I really supposed to live here? I don't know. In Bali, you just look around and everything's like blooming and so awesome. And then also the fruit, it's just so sweet because it ripens in the sun. I had the same thing in Greece as well, where we picked figs from the trees and we just ate it like that. Or we had at our vacation house where we lived, like alongside the pool, we had a lot of grapes, which were just sitting in the sun like the entire day, and they were so sweet. So yeah, I love fruit that is just ripened there at the place, and it's just like so sweet and so delicious, and I couldn't get enough of the dragon fruit. It's so good. And if you open it and you see the juicy color, it's just like so vibrant and potent, and you can just taste how good it is and how good it is for you. And the bananas, they really taste like sweets, so you don't even need other sugars. It's so good. I miss that so much here. I mean, you still have strawberries in summer, which I love them as well. They're really good, and when you go and pick them from from the field straight away, they're like so delicious as well. But it's only like 3 months. And then apples, I don't know, they're right. Some friends of mine really missed apples. I kind of didn't. I eat them a lot here because it's like the fruit that's available all year round, and they're quite cheap. So yeah, I don't know, I really miss the tropical fruit, and Bali has got so much to offer for that. What I'm also gonna miss, of course, is the people, like Axel and Violetta. I already miss them so much. They have such a good vibe, and everybody who lives there. I mean, you cannot generalize, but the people were just like so open and friendly, and it's definitely got something to do that it's warm and that you have the sun, because then everybody's just drawn outside. I feel like here too, when it's summer, everybody's just outside, so much more friendly, more open to conversations. Here, when it's really cold, I have it too. I'm not saying that it's just the other people, but you don't want to be outside. You just have your jacket and your hoodie or whatever, and you just walk because you don't want to be outside because it's so cold. So yeah, it's something I miss. I definitely miss, just to be outside, be a bit more chill, to have random conversations with strangers. Yeah, that's awesome. I also experienced that in Australia because, again, it's warm and you have the beach and the ocean, and you're just so much more open and free to, yeah, I don't know. Then I also, I definitely miss Changuines, the workouts, but I would also miss my workouts here. So it's like, I don't know which one is better, but yeah, the energy there was awesome as well, also because of the people, because they really pushed you, and I got so much fitter. I went to like a functional fitness box, kind of like CrossFit, not the same, but like a little bit like that, and I really loved it. I went there for 2 months and I built strength. I shed a little bit of body weight. So that's really nice, and I even didn't lose my strength for pole and sulk. After 2 months I tried it, and it was fine. Before I had a break, it was much worse, so training was awesome. And also because you're so warm all the time, because it's like 30 degrees, you're warm, and you can just function straight away, and you're not that prone to muscle damage, injuries, and all of that, because you're just like warm. And I also kind of enjoyed sweating so much because then you feel like you've really been doing something. And yeah, after a while it really didn't bother me that much anymore. Another thing is definitely riding my scooter. It's such a nice feeling. You're just so free, and you can go from one place to another really quickly. You take your scooter, you go somewhere, you place it there, you go to another place, and it's just so quick and so easy and so freeing, definitely. At first I was a bit scared, but now it was definitely something. Yeah, when you just have your music in and you're playing and you're like, yes, let's do this. Yeah, that's definitely a feeling of like super crazy freedom. So gonna miss that. Bali is crazy because there are basically no rules, so the lifestyle is really easygoing, and it's built a lot upon trust. So you trust that the other person is doing kind of the right thing. I haven't really noticed stealing, so you don't have to be afraid to leave your phone out or something like that. I mean, I've heard stories of stealing, so you have to be a bit more like conscious about it, but it's not crazy that your things get stolen all the time. So it's really nice. And also the people who are there have are really inspiring, because it's a place where a lot of remote working people live, and a lot of content creators, and a lot of like creative people, photographers, all of that. So you can really have an exchange and be inspired, and yeah, I just really loved it. And I also, every place you go, everywhere is just so Instagrammable, photogenic. So yeah, I was just really drawn to create videos, to take pictures, to, I don't know, open myself up for like every opportunity because of the place, because of the people. It's such a nice place to be and just get inspired and let like your creativity flow and exchange yourself with others. When you want to see something else, you can, because Bali is so versatile. You have mountains like the volcano, which you can hike, which I did. You have the beaches. You have like dark beaches, almost black sand beaches, and you have super white beaches. You've got islands which are really close. You've got the rainforest, You got like cities like Seminyak, Canggu, and Pasar. So you can have like crazy, amazing, beautiful nature. You can have like crazy training. You can have all of the delicious, yummy vegan food. Oh my god, the cafes, they're like so westernized, which I don't know if it's good. It's good if you're used to like your Western food and you don't really want to, or you can't, because I get sick from like local food that's been sitting around in the sun. Not in the sun, but just outside in the hot temperatures all the time. So that's really, really crazy great. I love the food so much. I know it's kind of bad that we like forcing our diet, our lifestyle onto these little islands. And I've tried local food, and like I've been living off of fruit for like the most part, and then at night I had like the restaurant food. And because nobody's really cooking there, because when you're on holidays and like most hotels and resorts and all that don't have a kitchen, you just go out for food. And that's why the cafes are all specialized on healthier food, because you kind of eat it every day and then you don't want to have super fatty, super sugary food all the time. So they kind of pay attention to it, and you definitely have like all the choices of whatever you want. The food in Bali is amazing. And you can get really cheap food too if you go to the warungs. And if you don't get sick from the buffet style food, then I highly recommend that. They also have a lot of vegan options, but yeah, I usually get sick from that, which is kind of bad. Another thing I'm definitely gonna miss about Bali is my tan. I'm already so white again now. And then also the way of living, I felt so free and careless, and as I said, it plays all together. It's the sun, it's like riding my scooter, being super free, planning my own day, don't really have crazy responsibilities. I could go to training whenever I wanted, I could plan my day however I wanted, meet people. It was just like such a good way of living, and just being free and open and just being happy all the time. It's so important. I mean, you don't have to be happy all the time, but have this feeling of like, I'm so grateful, and whatever life gives me, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna draw the best out of it, and I'm like the creator of my own destiny. Okay, we're getting really deep here, but I don't know, Bali just brought so much like positivity into my life, and I got so inspired and so happy and awesome, and all the people I met and Violetta really brought out a side of me that I really haven't seen before. Just like, I don't care, let's just do it. That was awesome, and I'm already bringing it into my life here in Germany, so that's something I really love, and I'm so happy that I did it, and then all of the things happened that happened. Anyway, next point. Another really nice thing about Bali is that you kind of have open doors. So here you kind of say when you want to come over, you're like, oh, are you at home, blah blah. And in Bali we didn't really do that. We just went from one villa to another. We're just like, let's do something. So we just checked in a villa if anybody's there, without even asking before. And then we went to like another villa and just like, hey, here we are. So it's a little bit like back in the old days where you didn't have phones and you just like had to either rely that the people are going to be there at the same time, which we also had, because Violetta and me at some point we didn't have data, and we're like, we just didn't top it up. So it's just like, okay, we're gonna be there at that time and then we're gonna see. But yeah, that was kind of fun too. But that's not the point. It's more that you're also super free and you just go villa hopping just to see who's up for something, and then you just do co-working, and it's just so much more free. And it's not like, oh, this is my place and you're not allowed to be in my place, and I don't know, it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just such a different way of living, of being more free and more open, and like my door is always open for you, so whenever you need something, just come to me, and like we share basically everything. Like I've got food, you get some food, next time you give me some food, just like that. I really love that. Take me back to Bali, please. All right, that was a lot of pro for Bali, let's get into the not so nice things that I noticed and why I would not want to live there all my life. Probably. Alright, the first one is that it's like super hectic and full. Yes, if you go to the north, there's not that much happening, but then also you don't have the training place, you don't have the cafes, like the Western things, which is cool to go and see. But for living, it's really like normal Bali, like the rural Bali, you know? I kind of really like it to see, but it wouldn't be nice for me to live there because I've got like some things that I really need, like training. I know it's like luxury problems, but yeah. When you go to Canggu, Seminyak, Kuta, like more in the south where all the people are, then it's really full and the streets are really narrow and there's like a shortcut which is terrible because it's supposed to only be for scooters, which would be fine because then it would just flow, but the cars are going there too in both directions, and actually there's only place for like one car to fit, so they kind of have to like squeeze into little places where there could be a car, and then there's just traffic all the time, and then like when people are coming home from work, there's like no way of crossing. I was there stuck for like 20-30 minutes without moving, and you can't even go back because there's like so many other cars and scooters, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And also because it's not really made for cars and it's in the middle of rice terraces, the street kind of crumbles down and breaks, so it's getting narrower and narrower until it's fixed, but you can't really fix it because there's so much traffic. And I've seen that there were cars just like lying on the side down in the rice fields, so it's kind of dangerous too to cross with your car. And also the other street is crazy crowded too, so the traffic is definitely bad, and the streets are way too narrow for like how many people live there. If you go down south, there are streets that are much bigger, that's fine. In Uluwatu it was also really nice, there was no traffic really, so it depends on where you go, but in Canggu, Seminyak, ciao. It's insane. Another problem is that they don't really have an organization of like trash, so you just put everything in wherever you want. Like you have bins, but then they put the trash on the streets and burn it, which is not great because then it smells, and it's like they burn plastic and all that stuff, which is not good at all. And then the plastic, like the microplastic, the burnt plastic is like everywhere and goes into the water system and all of that, which is really not great. They've banned single-use plastic now. I mean, they're still gonna use up all of the things that they have left, but then there's not gonna be single-use plastic anymore, which is one step, which is really great. But for the rest, it's like there's just trash everywhere on the beaches and stuff, so yeah, that's really not that nice. I mentioned before that I really like the people there and that everybody's so open and creative and all of that, but then you also have a lot of tourists, so you have a big change of people the whole time, and then you meet people, you really like them, then they have to go. So if you were to live there, or if I were to live there, I think you definitely have to build up relationships with people who also live there, because it gets kind of frustrating when you meet people and you like talk to them and you build up a relationship, and then like a week or two after they have to leave. Yeah, that's also like a little downside, but you can definitely find your way around that. Another thing I mentioned, the training, I really love that, but there's like no silk. I think they have like one circus school, I couldn't really find anything. There's a pole studio in Seminyak. I don't know if it's too hot for pole because you're sweating the whole time and you kind of need to stick to the pole, so I don't know if they have climatization. I should have checked it out, but I was like, I don't know, I was too caught up in like my other sports, but it could be that it's too warm for pole. So yeah, I would definitely miss my training if I would live there. I would also miss like nuts. they don't really have, they have some cashews, but I would miss nuts and certain types of grains, like awesome bread we have here in Germany. You can find all of that. Most of it is like more expensive. You can't really find couscous or stuff like that, or you can, but it's like super expensive, so I would probably not get that. But for the rest, I'm not too crazy about not having any foods, because you've got other foods and you can adapt. So that's like only a minor downside of like not having nuts and bulgur and I don't know, like all of that stuff. But I didn't really miss it, but also it was only two months that I've been there. Another thing that kind of plays into the chaotic streets is that nothing is really organized. You have the police, which is really corrupt, so if they stop you on the street, they basically just want money for you to leave. They can be really harsh. It didn't happen to me. Always wear your helmet, because they kind of like pull you out, and then they want money, and if you don't give them money or you're like, I don't have any, then they take like the scooter key and they're like, do you want to go to the prison and blah blah. They really threaten you. Yeah, it can be kind of scary, but yeah. What a lot of people do is you have two wallets, and one wallet you have like 200, 300k, and then in the other wallet you have the rest of your money. So when they stop you, you're just like, I don't have more than 300k, and then they're like, okay, give me that, instead of charging you like 1 million or something. So if you're scared of that, you can definitely keep like your second wallet and keep the other money hidden, so that it's not gonna be crazy expensive for you. Yeah, everybody just kind of does what they want, because there are no regulations. We've also been talking to an Uber driver how it is with like orders on the street, and he said there is nothing. Sometimes you have speed limits, but you also couldn't drive faster because there's just no going through. So yeah, no rules whatsoever, really. For me, the money situation is also kind of confusing, but that's definitely something you'll get used to. For me, it's like play money. It looks so funny. Actually, I should show it to you. So this is a 20,000 rupiah bill. Sounds like much, right? 20,000. Actually, this is like €1.50 maybe. This is so crazy. And yeah, they like really colorful. Others have like pink and purple and blue, and yeah, it's really funny. And some also look the same, like the 1,000 and the 10,000. Like I just had them all in my bag somewhere crumpled up, and was like, I don't know, like just take it, I don't have no idea. And you also kind of pay with a lot of like $100,000 rupiah bills. It's just so weird. And when you go to an ATM, you just pick up like 1.5 million or 2.5 million. You're like, what the hell? You have so much money in your hands, and it's actually only like 70 euro, which is crazy. It's just like so weird to get around that. Yeah, it would have taken me much longer to really get used to that. And also locals don't really like small bills, so if you try to pay like with 1,000, 2,000, they often don't even accept it, because they want like the bigger bills, which doesn't make sense to me because it's like the same money. And you also have coins of like 1,000 and 500, 200 I think, which is worth nothing. And also they don't like coins either, so I don't know. Often when you go to the market, they don't even care about the 1,000. So yeah, that's like, money is weird. And also the locals are kind of really money oriented, so they're all nice and playful and whatever, until it comes to paying or like money. Then there's like no joke, and they can get kind of aggressive. If you don't really agree on the amount of price you want to pay, or you just like negotiate, then they're just like, oh no, don't do that, like no. They get like really pushy and a little bit aggressive. I mean, you should definitely pay like a correct amount, but sometimes they try to charge you so much more because you're a tourist or you're white, and then you kind of know the price, like the real prices, and then you try to negotiate and stuff like that, and then they get like really pushy. Yeah, I don't like how focused they are on the money. because I don't know, it's just like a tool, and if I could, I would stop money whatsoever. But yeah, I've been talking about that with friends, and it's like in this state of humanity it's kind of impossible to get rid of money. But yeah, I just don't like the focus of that on there. Alright, that was it. Pros and cons Bali. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe now you want to go to Bali, or you don't want to go to Bali. Let me know in case you have been to Bali and what you really liked about it, and also what you didn't like about it. Because I feel sometimes on social media you only portray the really nice things, and yeah, but there's always like a pro side and a negative side, and I hope you got a little bit of an insight now. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful Scorpio minds, and I really hope to see you again next time here on my channel.